Ladies and gentlemen, for more than 3 weeks now, the guns along the dense and forested Thai-Cambodian border have fallen silent. Yet, while the artillery has paused, another battle continues with undiminished force, a battle of words, narratives, and images that has spilled from the jungle frontline into international forums, television broadcasts, and, above all, the digital battlefield of social media. What we are witnessing is not just a border dispute, but a clash of histories, political interests, and national identities, framed in ways that resonate with the pride and pain of two nations. The most recent escalation began on the morning of 24th July, when Cambodian rockets struck inside Thailand, followed by retaliatory Thai airstrikes. Several Thai civilians were killed, and the incident rapidly shifted from a localized skirmish to a crisis attracting global attention. Almost immediately, Cambodia unleashed an aggressive information campaign. False reports, such as claims of a Thai F-16 jet being shot down or poison gas being dropped, spread across social platforms with carefully selected images, even though many were later debunked as being taken from unrelated conflicts in Ukraine and wildfires in California. By contrast, Thailand's response was more restrained, technical, and fragmented, with different arms of government issuing separate, sometimes uncoordinated statements. The impression left was of a divided country struggling to control its own message. Behind these communications lies deep political drama. Cambodia's former leader Hun Sen, though officially retired, has once again seized the stage, projecting himself in uniform, poring over military maps, and attacking the Thai government online. Meanwhile, Thai Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra has been politically weakened after Hun Sen leaked a private conversation between them, revealing divisions between her civilian government and the Thai military. This has severely undermined Bangkok's ability to present a united front. At the heart of the crisis lies a century-old border dispute rooted in colonial cartography and symbolized by the ancient Preah Vihear temple. Memories of humiliation, Cambodia's story of territorial loss, and Thailand's bitter defeat at the International Court of Justice in 1962 continue to shape public sentiment today. Cambodia has turned to the United Nations Security Council and the International Court once again, seeking to internationalize the conflict, while Thailand insists on bilateral negotiation. Complicating matters further, both sides have exchanged accusations of using banned or controversial weapons. Thailand has accused Cambodian forces of laying new Russian-made anti-personnel mines in violation of the Ottawa Convention. Cambodia denies this and instead claims that Thailand has fired cluster munitions and white phosphorus shells. Each new charge and countercharge inflames nationalist feeling and makes compromise more difficult. The result is a dispute that is not only about land, but about history, national dignity, and political survival. It has already displaced Cambodian workers, strained regional stability, and tested both governments' legitimacy at home. As analysts warn, the symbolism of the border runs deeper than geography. It cuts into the very question of national identity itself, which neither side can easily yield. The Thai-Cambodian conflict demonstrates how 21st century wars are no longer fought only with guns, but with words, images, and hashtags. Cambodia has emerged as the more agile player in this domain. By leveraging state-controlled English-language outlets alongside an army of social media accounts, Phnom Penh has flooded the international space with stories, some factual, others misleading. The false claim of a downed Thai fighter jet, accompanied by footage from Ukraine, or the allegation of chemical weapons use, illustrated how quickly misinformation can shape global narratives. Even when disproven, such stories leave an impression, casting Thailand as an aggressor and Cambodia as a victim. Thailand, by contrast, has struggled. Its responses have been technically correct, but poorly coordinated, issued by multiple institutions without a clear narrative strategy. Officials prioritized credibility and evidence, but in the fast-moving world of social media, speed often outweighs precision. This has left Bangkok perpetually reacting rather than leading. The broader lesson is clear. In an era of digital diplomacy, credibility alone is insufficient. Nations must combine accuracy with communication strategies that are coherent, timely, and emotionally resonant. Cambodia's ability to present itself as a small state resisting a larger neighbor has been central to gaining sympathy abroad. As the BBC has noted, Cambodia has effectively weaponized victimhood, reinforcing its claims before bodies like the United Nations Security Council. Thailand's failure to match this agility reflects deeper political divisions at home. The information war thus amplifies the battlefield itself. Even in moments of military ceasefire, the propaganda continues, shaping international opinion, influencing diplomatic calculations, and hardening nationalist sentiment on both sides. Thailand's handling of the border crisis cannot be separated from its internal political divisions. Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra leads a government already weakened by long-standing tension between civilian leaders and the military establishment. This fracture became glaring when Hun Sen leaked her private plea for help, revealing her frustration with the Thai general in command of the border. The scandal not only embarrassed the government, but also prompted Thailand's constitutional court to suspend her, leaving the administration leaderless at a critical moment. The result has been disarray in Bangkok's crisis management. Civilian leaders, military commanders, and diplomats have often spoken in divergent tones, undermining credibility both domestically and internationally. By contrast, Cambodia projects unity. Hun Sen, though technically retired, continues to dominate political, military, and media institutions, enabling a centralized and disciplined narrative. These dynamics echo a recurring theme in Thai politics, the struggle between elected civilian governments, often linked to the Shinawatra family, and a powerful military establishment that sees itself as guardian of the nation. The border conflict has therefore become more than a territorial dispute. It has turned into a stage where internal Thai rivalries are exposed and exploited by Cambodia. For Thailand, the challenge is profound. A nation that appears divided cannot easily convince international partners of its strength or stability. Cambodia's deliberate strategy of highlighting Thailand's disunity while presenting itself as cohesive and victimized magnifies the imbalance. The border conflict is therefore not only testing Thailand's foreign policy, but also the resilience of its domestic political order. At the center of the Thai-Cambodian dispute lies history drawn in lines on colonial maps and etched into the stones of the Preah Vihear temple. For Cambodia, the temple represents survival after centuries of decline, from imperial glory to colonial subjugation. For Thailand, it symbolizes humiliation. The International Court of Justice's 1960 ruling that handed the site to Cambodia remains a wound that has never healed. National identity in both countries is bound tightly to these memories. Cambodia frames itself as a victim of its larger neighbors, reclaiming dignity by asserting rights over sacred land. Thailand, on the other hand, recalls painful concessions to colonial powers, viewing the border as a reminder of lost sovereignty. The dispute is thus not merely about geography, but about competing national narratives. Cambodia's move to internationalize the conflict, appealing to the United Nations and once again to the International Court, deepens the psychological divide. Thailand refuses, citing legal precedent and political impossibility. To Thai leaders, revisiting the court means reliving the trauma of loss. To Cambodians, it offers a chance to reinforce legitimacy and rally national pride. This clash of memories hardens public opinion, making compromise nearly impossible. Leaders on both sides risk being branded traitors if they appear to yield. Nationalist rhetoric thrives in such contexts where history is not simply the past but a living force shaping the present. As analysts such as Sebastian Strangio observe, Cambodia's skill lies in framing the dispute as one of injustice and victimhood. Thailand's sensitivity to past humiliation, meanwhile, restricts its diplomatic options. Thus, a century-old map and a temple perched on a cliff remain symbols powerful enough to destabilize the politics of two modern nations. Beyond the immediate clash, the Thai-Cambodian dispute carries broader implications for Southeast Asia and international law. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, traditionally emphasizes non-interference and bilateral resolution of disputes. Thailand aligns with this principle, insisting the matter should remain within a joint boundary commission. Cambodia, however, has sought to break that mold by internationalizing the conflict, referring it to the United Nations Security Council and the International Court of Justice. This divergence exposes weaknesses in ASEAN's ability to mediate regional conflicts. If its two members cannot contain their dispute without external involvement, questions will be raised about ASEAN's credibility as a conflict management body. The instability also threatens regional economic ties. Hundreds of thousands of Cambodian migrant workers have already left Thailand, impacting industries from construction to agriculture, while Cambodia faces economic strain from the sudden loss of remittances. The accusations over banned or controversial weapons further elevate the stakes. Thailand's claim that Cambodia is laying new anti-personnel mines threatens Cambodia's reputation as one of the world's largest recipients of demining aid. Cambodia's counter claims of cluster munitions and white phosphorus paint Thailand as a violator of humanitarian norms. These charges resonate strongly in international circles, where adherence to conventions and treaties shapes global opinion. The geopolitical dimension is equally important. Both China and the United States maintain interests in mainland Southeast Asia, and prolonged instability could invite external influence that reshapes the regional balance. Ultimately, the conflict is a reminder that local disputes, when infused with nationalism, history, and propaganda, can ripple outward, undermining not only bilateral relations but also the stability of an entire region.